Utopia is a word used to describe a place that is perfect. It's made up from two Greek words, eu, which means not, and topos, which means a place. Its claim to fame was a book simply named Utopia, written by Thomas More, dated 1516, and it covers the best state of the Commonwealth and the new island of Utopia. This isn't a book review, but the island is, as you would expect, perfect, at least by 1516 standards. They still have slaves, there's still war, as only the island is perfect. You can only be divorced for two reasons: adultery or insufferable perversiveness. Women are not to be married before 18, and men are not to be married before 22, and if men and women are to embrace forbiddenly before marriage, they are severely punished. I would say that a society with such parameters is far from perfect. Maybe it's convenient when the author just says that all discourse is handled and done with in an orderly manner, speaking nothing of the irrational and or sudden actions of its citizens. It's strange to me that the worlds that are described as utopias represent the unspoken meaning of a place that is perfect. It's strange to me because the spoken meaning of the word utopia is nowhere. It's not that the utopia is imaginary. The word literally means no place. It's a joke. The perfect place is no place. The utopia that is my favorite one, though, is imaginary. It goes a little something like this. An ancient civilization of people with angel wings and no dreams walk the world that it is not called Earth yet. I'll refer to the ancient peoples as angels from now on. Slowly but surely, the angels advance technologically. First tools, then vehicles, then the manipulation of matter. They create flying cities suspended in the air, maintenance by mass produced androids who have emotions but are extremely reduced. The angels have plenty, however, when they figure out immortality, is when things turn for the worse. Now the never aging angels grow bored and unhappy. They double down on the reliable sciences, creating a machine that can just grant wishes. Obviously, this backfires, and the people completely lose purpose. They sit and pass the time to nothing and nowhere in their skyland. Eventually, they decide to create Earth and humanity in their own image, but without wings. After humans get started, they are observed by the angels with no purpose. The angels grow jealous of the humans despite the difference in possessions and capabilities. Although the angels could unmake all of humanity with their wish machine, that isn't exactly what they want. They want something to do, and so they torture and inflict cruelties on the humans themselves in order for entertainment, if only for an hour. Eventually, they grow bored of torture, and so the angels use their wish machine to join the humans in their struggle. Not that they lose immortality, no, they would step into a sleeping pod and while they slumber, live out the life of a human in real time. They LARP as humans from birth to death, and that gives them purpose. When they die as a human, they simply wake up in their pod and they can choose to go back into the pod and sleep or hang out in their utopia. Either way, they need not worry of their absence. The androids they made perfectly maintained everything, even them, while they slept. The reason I like this utopia is because it feels real. Yes, the magic like powers of their technology are unfair in the comparison, and that's kind of the point. It's the place where angels live. It's heaven, and all the marriage laws, slavery, routine pipe maintenance, these are menial things to talk about when we discuss utopias. Either way, that's not what I'm talking about when I say it feels real. It feels real because I have seen people use their non immortal life to spend a substantial portion of it on games or participate in fandoms or communities. There are people who are LARPing right now as medieval knights or watching the same movies on repeat since they came out. I do not doubt that they could do that for literally forever if they wanted to, and so, given immortality, they would. I will not accept any of this Twilight Zone or Black Mirror overpopulation arguments. The only reason this is perceived as the true end result of immortality is because of our implementation of society that is focused on mortality. Interest rates, debt, money, these things wouldn't work if we were immortal, or at the very least, you wouldn't be giving them out so freely. It's very strange to imagine that the world would create immortality in would be classist and Orwellian to the point where procreation is prevented out of concerns for food or space. We don't feed or house everyone anyways. How is that even an argument? We don't take care of ourselves even though we sacrifice others' existences for it. You, the person, give and take promises and live as though you aren't going to die today. If you did live as though you would die today, it's because you were reminded to do so, not because you inherently did to. You don't wake up every morning thinking, well, this is it, GG, it's over. In fact, you live every day in spite of everything that could have prevented that. It's my favorite utopia because it is the end of exploring the sciences and the monotony of doing so. Everything that was desired is done already. Everything is taken care of already. And so the simple purpose of existence becomes clear. Grow to appreciate all that is and ever will be. Do this, and you will never be bored or purposeless. Reaching the end by its means, while effective, does not bring real satisfaction. What does the scientist do when everything is known and everyone is aware? Well, nothing to do with science. What does the warrior do when there's no one left to battle and no place to be conquered? Well, nothing to do with war. They take up art. I'm not saying everyone should become a hippie, starving artist who complains about the man. What I'm saying is to think about where we are taking ourselves. Are we walking towards purpose or an end?